on my own. I'll bring my battleships to war with sword and shield in hand. I won't let him win. We got another plan. I'll bring my battleships to war through thick and thin. We'll go. Won't stop until we conquer this war we've come to know. I won't surrender. I'm not sending out an SOS. I won't surrender. I'm not sending out an SOS. Every word you throw at me can't hurt me anymore. Was down, but I got up. Won't lose 'cause I'm fighting.
There we go. Our second music guest this morning began to write her first songs at the tender age of 16 and released her self-titled debut EP along with the first single, #Battleships, which made iTunes top 40 and dominated the airwaves. Now, this should tell you that this was no ordinary artist. Now, the South African-born singer-songwriter and explores the intersection of owning one's power and, of course, the vulnerability of taking risks. Her name is Ashlinn Gray, and she joins me now in studio to tell us more about her latest project titled STFU, where she combines genres fusing rock, pop and hip-hop elements. Ashlinn, a very good morning to you and welcome.
Good morning to you too. Thanks so much for having me.
I love the energy. It's so bubbly.
It's a good morning, right?
It certainly is.
It should be good morning live.
All right, now take us back to when your journey started. What or who encouraged you to follow your dream?
Well, I've always been into entertainment, and from a young age I was doing acting and then got into singing because my sister was a natural born singer. Okay. So at the age of 10 I was like, okay, I'm not that great, but I want to be great. So I kept practicing every day, and then eventually I was singing at church and my church leader was like, let's make some music together. So that's where Battleships was born.
Wow, wow. And speak to us about your struggle for truth and authenticity. Where does it all come from, and why was it important for you to find the answers, or did you find the answers?
I think at the end of the day, we're all just trying to live our best life. And often what gets in the way of that is we're trying to be something we're not. Yes. And that's where the authenticity comes in. And I think it's a battle that's happening all the time. So sometimes you have the answers, sometimes you don't have the answers to be authentic and truly yourself. But you know, if you don't try, you'll never get there.
Right, right.
I think it's just a battle against trying to be what we see on TV and what we hear on, in music. And at the end of the day, you just need to be comfortable in who you are.
True. Well, I couldn't agree with you more. And then STFU, what does that mean?
Well, it's probably not great to say it on air, but it's exactly what you think it is. It's shut up, sit down, be humble. I'm doing me, you do you.
Right. And who did you work with?
I worked with this great producer in America called Abe Dirtner. Absolutely fantastic. It was my first time working with an American producer, and I really had a great time doing it.
So you are based in the United States now?
I'm spending my time in South Africa and the US, but I signed a management deal there, so I'm spending predominantly most of my time in the US at the moment.
Okay, so how are you finding the music industry in America compared to the South African music landscape?
It's just a bit bigger at the end of the day, and it probably has a few more opportunities because it's so big. Which is exciting as an artist, but a bit daunting as well, because you know you're up against some of the greatest, and an artist like me can actually get onto, let's say, a Jimmy Kimmel. Yes. But you got to work at it, and that's what I'm basically doing now, putting in the hard work.
Sure, sure. I mean, how is this different from your previous self-titled EP, and how has your growth and your maturity reflected in this album?
Well, I mean, that's about 4 years ago, 5 years ago that I released it. So I've grown up. I think this is the time in my life where I'm probably changing the most, and I'm growing into myself in that way. So I do have a little bit more attitude, but it's the kind of attitude that's saying, I can be me. You know, just worry about yourself. I'm doing me. I'm growing up to be as big as possible, and I'm just really excited about the kind of growth that I've actually had, because I'm now producing music that's truly who I am.
Right.
I listen to the music and I'm like, oh, that's what I hear in my head. This is what I want the world to hear.
Yeah, you know, just listening to you, I get the sense that it's got pop and rock undertones, but that's just me. How do you describe your sound?
Pretty much just a big melting pot of different genres. I listen to a lot of different things, and that somehow comes out into whatever Ashlinn Gray sound is. So it is that pop, hip-hop, because it's quite centralized around beats at the moment for this song, STFU. And a bit of rock comes in with my voice. There's a bit of grovel in it and a bit of roughness in it. But then the pop sounds it could be played on any radio station, I believe.
Right.
So it's a mixture of everything that we've kind of just put into this one song, and that's what STFU is.
Right. So you write your own music, no?
I do write my own music. I love it.
So why is it important for you to write your music and actually own your own product?
Well, I think as an artist, every artist has something to say, and they've always got a message and a purpose. And when I write my music, I'm able to put that purpose and message in. So I think that's why it's so important for every artist to at least try writing their own music. And for me, it's something that I really enjoy because it's a place where I can express myself.
Yeah.
And I know everyone else is having, or at least a lot of people are having the same feelings and thoughts as I am. And it's cool to relate on that level. And I think that's kind of my purpose, is to let people know you're not alone. I'm going through the same stuff. We can do this together, don't worry.
Right.
We can do it.
Ashlinn, keep rocking those stages.
Thank
we are
you so
listening.
much.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
South African-born singer-songwriter Ashlinn Gray speaking to us about her latest project titled STFU. The 21-year-old has now made a move to the United States, where she recorded STFU and performed at shows at the famous venues such as the Hotel Cafe. This is Morning Live. Let's take a short break. We'll be right back.
Was down, but I got up. Won't lose, cause I'm fighting for a chance to live each day. I'm giving it my all. I'm moving on with